So one of the questions I get asked the most by my friends is, how do you find the time to balance all these extra side hustles that you do with your 9 to 5? I get where they're coming from because most of my side hustles actually right now require a lot of my time. I do a lot of consulting work and tasks that would require me to sit down for hours or even sometimes perform the task over a number of days before I can earn the money that I need to earn. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like it can be a bit much, but sometimes you think about the value that you're delivering and sometimes the money, and you find ways to, keep yourself motivated. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to be sharing like 7 ways that I try to balance my side hustles with my 9 to 5. And the first one is that I try to maximize my weekend. I work during the week, Mondays to Fridays, and a lot of the times I try as much as possible not to do too much work after 5 o'clock. So I pack a lot of the time consuming activities that I have to do to the weekend. So for example, bulk of my global talent visa consultation services, I do them on the weekend when I'm more relaxed and I have a longer time to spend with my clients in talking to them. So I would do some of those ones on the weekend. And also just understanding that some of this consulting work can be really draining. I try as much as possible not to drain myself too much during the week so that I can still give my best to my employer. The next thing that I try to do, especially for like YouTube, is that I try to batch create content. So I could record 2 or 3 videos during the weekend so that I have videos that I can drop during the week. That way I'm also able to take advantage of the time where my energy is like really great. There are times that I'm able to do 2 videos. There are times that I'm able to do 3 videos. And what this does is that for weekends when I don't have a lot of energy or I don't even have time at all to record, I usually would still have 1 or 2 videos that I can still, drop on like a Tuesday, and then maybe look for how I may be able to record another video before the next date that I need to drop another video. So another thing that I try to do is to try as much as possible to fill up idle time. So idle time, like when I'm getting ready for work or when I'm on the train going to work, or that time that we spend in bed right before we go to sleep when we're scrolling through our phone. I try as much as possible to fill up those times. So in the mornings, usually when I'm trying to brush my teeth or get ready for work, I am playing videos that I'm using to do research on the next content that I want to record, right? And I spend that time, brushing my teeth and also listening at the same time. Sometimes it could be that I'm listening to like a podcast on a similar topic, just doing my research. Another example is that a lot of my editing is actually done on my bed when I'm trying to go to bed or when I wake up in the morning, that time before you get out of bed or just that time before you fall asleep. Because I edit on my phone, it's very easy for me to just, load the video and then start to edit. So sometimes I may edit over, say, 2 or 3 mornings because that's the time that I'm using to edit the video and just to get it ready. So that way I'm making use of idle time that ordinarily I probably would just be using it to scroll on TikTok. While I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, I'm just saying that I try to pack as much as possible into idle time when I can. Another thing that has really, really helped me is that I try to create some sort of structure around the side hustles that I have. So it's more like, trying to create like a template for repetitive tasks. So for example, I know they frequently ask questions that people ask me in my DMs or via emails, or when they're trying to make inquiry about my service. So what I've done is I do have like email templates that I have already developed, and I can just use that to respond to customers. Yes, there are times that it may require 1 or 2 tweaks. However, it's easier when you already have a template or a structure that you're working with, and then you can just fill in the missing piece when you need to. So from everything like responding to inquiries to providing feedback, I have created like templates that I can use to answer those inquiries so that I'm not feeling too lazy or overwhelmed when I need to respond to them. Another thing that I try to do is to use a tool to manage my tasks and to-do lists. So I currently use Notion, and I just create my to-do list on the app just the same way I manage backlog at work. So basically, I have like my to-do list, I have like the list for the ones that are in progress, and then I have like the done column. So I'm able to see how much work I need to do, and then I'm also able to see what's in progress and the things that I've done. And what this helps me to do is not only to track the things that I need to do, but it just gives me some sort of satisfaction when I start to see done column, get populated by the tasks that I already set out to do. So another thing that I try to do, because most of my side hustles require my time, is that I always underpromise on what I can deliver or when I can deliver. So when I underpromise on like timelines for delivery of the tasks that I need to do for a client, it helps me in terms of one, reducing the pressure on me to deliver within a certain period of time. It also allows me to impress them when I'm able to deliver before the time that I had promised them. And basically, I try to give myself this buffer that, hey, just in case I'm not able to get around to even doing this on a specific day, I have, for example, say up to 7 days to deliver CVs, for example, and there are people that I've delivered to them within 24 hours, sometimes maybe 48 hours, sometimes even less than that altogether. And it's because I know that, hey, there are times that I have a lot of energy to do these things, and there are times that I don't have a lot of energy, or I may just even have like life just going on at the time. So underpromising is also a way that I try to balance out, doing my side hustles as well as my 9 to 5. So the last and the most important tip that I'm going to share today is that I try as much as possible to take breaks when I can. Now, it's not every time that I'm extremely motivated to do things or that I have a lot of energy, and it really doesn't matter how much money that anyone is going to pay me. When I'm not motivated, I would not be able to deliver the kind of work that I would be proud of. So there is actually no need. So when I'm feeling demotivated, I would just take the break, maybe sleep if I need to, go for walks if I need to go for walks, or just skip a day or two of not thinking about any side hustle or doing any task or recording any video or answering any comments or inquiries. Just taking a break to just recover from whatever burnout I'm feeling at that point in time. So these are some of the ways that I have been trying to balance out my 9 to 5 and my side hustles. If you're thinking about starting your own side hustles, you can maybe leverage any of the tips that I've shared or ways that I'm currently trying to just stay sane as I'm trying to also earn money as well. And I would also like to hear how you balance your side hustles with your 9 to 5 if you have one as well. I've come to the end of this video. If you have enjoyed this content, you know what to do. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you next time. Bye.